Hello everybody, this is Shobana back again. Hope you are staying at home safely and healthily, and hope you have learned about crop production and management first session. Let us step into the second session, basic practices of agriculture. What are the practices involved in agriculture? One is preparation of soil, sowing, adding manure and fertilizers, irrigation, protection from weeds, harvesting and storage. These are the common practices involved in cultivation, the crops. First one is preparation of soil. How do we prepare the soil before sowing the seeds? The soil should be prepared by two methods. One is ploughing and leveling. What is ploughing? Process of loosening and turning the soil is known as ploughing. Why should we do the ploughing? Because the soil will get loosened and it will make the seed to penetrate deep into the soil very easily, and it make the seed to grow easily. Okay, it is used using a plough. The ploughs are made up of wood or iron. There are two types of ploughs. One is wooden plough and another one is iron plough. The roots helps to penetrate deeper easily, and the soil is overturned and properly aerated by ploughing. These are the advantages of ploughing the soil. Okay. There are the two types of ploughs. One is wooden plough and another one is iron plough. Next one is, this is a traditional method of ploughing. You already know that. This is the modern method of ploughing. Why loosening of soil is needed? Why ploughing? The soil will get loosened. Why it is needed? Because for easy and deeper penetration of the roots, and seeds also will grow easily. And second one, the root will get good aeration. And third one, weeds will be get uprooted easily if the soil is get loosened. And it promotes the growth of the microorganism. It helps in nutrients of the soil. Okay, these are the advantages of loosening the soil. Next one is leveling. During dry season, the soil will get bigger soil particles, and to make the bigger soil particle into smaller ones, leveling is needed. Process of making the soil surface in level for sowing the seed is known as leveling. There are two types of levelers. One is wooden leveler and another one is iron leveler. This is the traditional method of making the leveling, and this is modern leveling. What are the advantages of leveling? It breaks the crumbs into smaller pieces, penetrates the upper layer of the soil from erosion, it retains the soil moisture, it promotes uniform irrigation. These are the advantages of leveling the soil. So main methods are ploughing and leveling. These are the advantages of ploughing and leveling. Next one is sowing. After making ploughing and leveling, we have to sow the seeds into the soil. That is called as sowing. It is done by two methods. One is broadcasting and another one is seed drilling. This is manual method. It is called as broadcasting. This is done by the instrument, and it is called as seed drilling. This is manual method of sowing the seeds, and this is method of sowing the seeds by instrument. And there are two types of fertilizers. One is manure and fertilizers. Okay, what are manures and what are fertilizers? Manures are man-made. Manually we made the manures. Fertilizers are completely made by chemicals. Manures are made by organic waste. Okay, but we have to put the manures in large level, but fertilizers are used only in small level. Then the manures cannot be stored in a place because they have to be used in plenty. So the storage of manure is little bit tough, but fertilizers can be stored easily. These are the difference between using manures and fertilizers. Okay, they are completely organic waste. They are prepared by using chemicals. Okay, so we have to know the difference between manures and fertilizers. And this is the manure, and this is the way of spreading the manure. Manually we are spreading the manure. So we are using vehicles also to spread the manures. These are fertilizers which are made completely by chemicals. They are the instruments used to put the fertilizers. See, this is called as fertilizer spraying. Okay. So far we have seen the practices used for agriculture, ploughing, leveling, sowing, and after sowing the seeds we have to put manure or fertilizers. These are the things we have seen earlier. Now we are going to see irrigation. What is irrigation? After sowing the seeds, we have to irrigate the soil. The process of supplying water to the crop plants growing in the fields by means of canal, reservoir, wells, tube wells, etc. Supplying water to the cultivated crops is otherwise called as irrigation. Water provide essential macronutrients to soil and the crops, and mainly it gives hydrogen and oxygen to the growth of the plants. What are the types of irrigation? One is soil based irrigation and another one is crop based irrigation. What is soil based irrigation? Crop grown in sandy soil require more frequent irrigation than crop grown in clay soil. Okay, so this type of irrigation is soil based and crop based. Paddy crop is transplanted in standing water, requires more water supply compared to wheat, gram and cotton. Each and every crops have different types of irrigation needed. Okay, according to the crops we have to irrigate the soil, and here according to the soil texture we have to irrigate the crops. And what are the methods of irrigation? One is traditional method, okay, that is pulley system, chain pump, Dekli and Rahat. Let me show. This is Rahat system. This is an ancient method of irrigating the crops. This is chain pump method. In this method we are irrigating the crops. And next one is Dekli system. This is also an ancient method of irrigating the soil. And this is Moat system. They are pulling the water from the well and irrigating the plants, crops. And next one it is modern methods of irrigating the crops. Drip irrigation, sprinkler irrigation, furrow irrigation and basin irrigation. What is drip irrigation? Here there are so many tubes are put into the field, and from that tubes water is dripped in the soil. Okay, so in this drip irrigation so much wastage of water is prevented, but the soil is kept moisture all the time. So this is a very necessary method, that water is not being wasted in this drip irrigation system. It is the famous method in Tamil Nadu. Next one is sprinkler. Water is being sprinkled using tubes. This is called as sprinkler method of irrigation. And next one is furrow irrigation. Making furrows and putting water in the furrows makes the soil moisture often and makes the crops to grow. This is called as furrow irrigation. And this is also basin irrigation. It is used in paddy fields. You have seen this basin irrigation. Okay, these are the methods of, modern methods of irrigation. Okay, next one is we have plowed the field, leveled the field, sowed the seeds, and we have put manure and fertilizers, and after that we have made the irrigation methods also. Next, the crop is began to grow, and some weeds will also began to grow along with the crops. So what are weeds? They are unwanted plants which are growing along with the crops. We have to uproot the weeds because it will spoil the growth of the crops. So weeds should be removed. Okay, removal of weeds is called as weeding. What are the methods of weeding? One is biological method, chemical method, cultural method, and manual method. There are 4 methods of weeding the crops, weeding the unwanted plants. They are the examples which are being weeded during this weeding process. And almost all the process, all the practices are over, and finally we are coming to harvest. Okay, cutting of crops after its maturation is known as harvesting. It is done by a sickle or by a machine called harvester. And the grains are separated by chaff, from chaff by a process called threshing. Threshing is carried out by harvester and thresher. Okay, the crop should be cut by a sickle and it should be threshed and harvested. This is the sickle we are using for harvesting. This is the harvester instrument. This is manual harvesting which we have done in ancient time. This is modern method of harvesting using a vehicle. Storage of grains. Almost everything is over and the harvesting is also over. So we have to keep the grains in a storage. Okay. After threshing, grains are dried in sun and then packed. Farmers store food grains in jute bags and metallic bins. Large scale storage and domestic level storage are being done. Okay. These are the methods of storing the harvested grains. Okay, silos. Silos are the big granaries in which the grains are being stored. This is dry storage. Here, this is also called as godowns in our country. In this place, the grains are being stored. And this is called as cold storage. Here, it is fully refrigerated. Completely, it is full of ice, and it is also called as cold storage. What are the advantages of storage? It prevents the food from being spoiled by moisture, insects, and rats. It increases the storage period. It helps in the availability of grains even off season. It makes the transportation of food materials easier. It helps to maintain buffer stock to meet any emergency in the country. Like this time, like this COVID-19 period, we can, if we will have stored the grains in a proper manner, we would make use of the grains. Okay, so far we have seen about the full method of crop production and management. Hope you all understand this lesson. Please go through it, listen carefully. If you have any doubt, please don't hesitate to ask me. Okay, I will be giving assessment at the end of the lesson. Okay, thank you.